Hey, welcome into another episode of Halos in the Infield podcast with your host, Todd Fox, and the other co host.
Hi guys, it's Courtney. Always nice to be back. Thank you for listening.
And who
Hi
else?
guys. Hi guys. It's Fernando. Nice to be back.
So excited are we to start this podcast on a Sunday night after sparkling times at the Dodger
Ooh.
Stadium with the Angels and Dodgers, but we'll get into that. We want to just get into real quick where you can find us before we get started. Real quick is anywhere. Just type in Google Halos in the Infield. You'll find the podcast on any kind of server that you listen to or podcast forum, and then go to YouTube, watch these videos like this one, and share them and like them as we break down all kinds of stuff. We have a MLB type show to roundup that goes along with these Angels baseball previews and recaps. So, with that being said, where do we want to start off, guys?
Maybe we should start off with the fact that we're frustrated.
I could tell by your background.
An AA meeting. This is like an AA meeting for Angels fans. Like, hi, my name's Courtney. I'm an Angel fan. Hi, Courtney. What are you frustrated about today? We lost. Like,
Oh, hi. My name's Fernando. Hi, Fernando. I've been a Halo-holic for 14 years. It drives me crazy. Sometimes I think about jumping off of the house that the cowboy built. The artist made even better, a.k.a. the Big A.
Okay. Is that after you drive down Catella?
Yeah, after I ride my bike down Catella, it makes me so sad. I look at the riverbed that's completely dry of water, and I think that there's our chance to make the playoffs. It's just, it might refill once again, but until it's, as of right now, it's dry. And it's just barren, just like my will to live as an Angels fan. And people are like, it's like he's speaking my language.
Yes. I got a depressing stat, and I don't even have to tell you my name. You know it already. But the Angels have now been to 500 and back 24 times this year. 24 times.
You guys know what's even funnier than 24? 25!
Oh, God. SpongeBob.
Did your daughters used to watch SpongeBob, Todd, or was it you?
Oh, no. We all watched it together. That was hilarious.
Okay.
I love SpongeBob.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
One of the best cartoons with, adult humor as well. So.
oh yeah.
That's true. There is a lot of adult humor.
My favorite one was the dolphin episode where they were cussing, but it was in different, sea creatures voices. Yeah, that was my.
Dude,
favorite.
can we start doing that? Like when we get big enough on YouTube, like can we use dolphin noises every time you swear? That way we can still monetize the episodes.
I think so. We can do that.
Or even better, we can use Papa Fox like saying censored.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, he would. He actually had a great time today. We had him on. So he was like, "Boy, that was definitely a different experience, but I love talking to the fans." So he had a good time.
Good. Yeah, I only got to listen to the first 12 minutes, but it seemed like a good time. Papa Fox is the kind of guy I'd like to have a beer with. He's gonna tell me about how much better the Angels were back in the day.
Yeah. He definitely will. Believe me, he ain't gonna be talking him up this year. That's for sure.
That's fine. Beer's on me, Papa Fox, in case you're listening.
I'll let him know. But yeah, let's start off with this Rangers series. Thoughts on the first game, or you want to go game by game, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah,
sure. We could go game by game. Well, I think that was the series we were supposed to sweep because it was so important, and the Rangers haven't broken 40 wins yet, and we still managed to fuck that up.
There you go.
There's your short recap. I mean, I don't know. We've said it time and time again. We said it, when we first started that series. Whenever it comes to an AL West team and we need to win, we cannot. We just can't. We don't capitalize on it. We're not productive about it at all. So I think that is probably the most frustrating thing is the games that we should win, the games that should be cakewalks, they are not. And then just to skip ahead, we sit there, we play the Dodgers, and we put up minus a couple of things, but I mean, we put up a decent fight given the fact that we're basically a AAA team right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like we sit there, for the easy teams. It's almost like on the easier teams, we play to that caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Like we play easy. Yep. And we play dumb. And it's just like, why are we doing that? Like we are so much better than that. And statistically, we are better than that. And, our aces or not our aces, but our starting pitchers are sitting there. They're actually carrying the load now. They're actually, for the most part, they are doing what they are supposed to do. Now our bats are cold. Now we have a few errors in the field. We have throwing mistakes. Now we have all these things that for once actually isn't the pitcher's fault.
Mm-hmm.
For once. Mm-hmm. So I think that's probably the most frustrating thing, at least to me, when it came to the Rangers series. It looked like we were playing to the caliber of the Rangers. It was 2 AAA teams. And I think Todd, you said on one of the post-game shows, who on that Rangers lineup are we afraid of? Like, yeah. Who's on that lineup? Like, who? I think I said that 3 times. I was just like, who do they have? Like, who is that? Yeah. So it's just like, I think that's probably just the most frustrating thing to me.
Fernando?
Yeah, man. I mean, that first game was rough. I mean, we had Chris Rodriguez start that game. I mean, he had a quality start. It's hard to complain about a guy who pitched a quality start.
Yep.
I mean, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. I literally have no idea what else to say. It was a really good performance out of a guy making his first career start in the big leagues. Mm-hmm. Literally ideal for a first career start. And we just couldn't back him up. I mean, not much else to say. I mean, it was a bad played game by the offense, which has kind of been a trend. I mean, 3 hits? 3 hits against the Texas Rangers is pretty bad. I mean, let's see. We faced Dunning. I don't know who that was, but I mean, 5 innings pitched, gave up 1 run. Guy pitched like an all-star against us. His ERA after that was 4.07. So clearly he wasn't doing well before facing us. But hey, we're going to turn him into a superstar, and it just happens all the time.
Well, he must have He must have shook hands with one of the trainers on our team, because immediately after that game, he went to the IL. So
yeah,
our trainers must have been like, "Hey, I think he has a hangnail or something." DL. So look, that game was frustrating. Like I get it from both of you guys' perspective, because again, that team had just sold off all their good players, what was left of them. Pitching, starting pitching. Bullpen, and then they got rid of Gallo and a couple other low name but good hitters, and they pretty much gutted the team. And again, the Angels went in there and made them look like played like Courtney said, they played down to the competition, and that was a tough loss, because obviously that was on a day where Oakland and Seattle both lost, and another opportunity to pick up a game, and you just let it go. So, go ahead.
No, nothing. I wasn't going to say anything. There's nothing really to say here.
Okay, let's hop to game 2 then. Huh?
I think the only good thing that came out of that series, I don't remember game by game. It's all just a blur at this point. Mm-hmm. But I think the only thing that I think positive that came out of it was, I think Lord Bundy, Bundy got his confidence back, mm-hmm. A little bit there. I think that was pretty much the only, and I think that was the last game of the series that he pitched in the 3rd game, maybe.
I think the 4th game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think really, to me, that was kind of the only positive, because obviously he's been blowing chunks, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good start for him, to really just kind of bounce back and really get the confidence back. Because I mean, being a pitcher, thank God I was never one, but I've always heard pitchers, half their game is just mental, and just feeling that confidence. So I think that was a good game for him to really feel that confidence. So I think that was probably the best thing that came out of the series for us.
Before I elaborate, are we just going to jump straight to the 4th game, or is there anything else we want to cover?
Because I don't remember game by game, because I think
No, you're good. You're good. I've got no problem with it. I just, I didn't know if we were going to go straight into the Dylan Bundy thing, because I mean, I agree. I agree with Courtney completely. But I mean, as far as Tuesday, that was 11-3. Mm-hmm. Anybody have anything about that. Let's see.
That was just a nice ass whooping. That's how we're supposed to play Texas. We scored.
Oh, and that was Adele's first game of his 2021.
Yeah, he came out there sparkling. Had 3 hits or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah. They played pretty good, and that's what you want to do against a bad team. And they look decent with a bad lineup, but hey, it worked out, and they got the W. But again, coming
Absolutely.
off a loss, that should have been 2 in a row. So.
Yeah, and I mean Jose Suarez kept pitched well yet again. I mean he gave up 3 runs this time, but pitched 5 2/3. Mm-hmm. So I mean once again, almost a quality start. Still, I mean what more could you ask for?
Absolutely, I'll take 3 runs in a heartbeat from a starter.
Yep, 3 runs and get us to at least deep into the 5th. Mm-hmm. It would have been nice to have him go into the 6th. But that was the day that Guerra also pitched well, didn't give up anything, 1 1/3. Mm-hmm. And then Selman even pitched 2 innings and did just fine.
Yep.
Struck out 3. But, I mean, overall, that was a good game, like you said. I mean, you had a subpar lineup, and they did fine.
Yep.
So I guess, go through that one unless anyone has anything else about that game.
I'm good on that because I'm going to follow up on something else from the next game.
Okay, so Wednesday was a 2-1 game. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Oh, that was the Ohtani day.
Ohtani's day.
Yeah, he pitched his ass off in that game as well. Again in that game there was a couple good web gems there by Mayfield, and Mayfield had come through the night before, and as we all know, Vagina Rendon is done for the season, and like one of I forget who said it on the post game, but they call him Vaginosaurus Rex. Yeah.
Ooh, throwing heat.
Yeah.
I'm here for all the time.
There's certain podcasts out there who think that's tasteless.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's tasteless and not cool.
No, give me all the slander. Let's go.
She's
give
like,
me all that Rendon slander. I'm the one that started it. Yes, he tore his vagina, and I'll say it again. Give me the slander.
And see, that's the coolest thing. We can't.
What he's here for it.
We weren't the ones that were talking about it. Vagina. It was a female. So yeah, she can cast all the shade she wants.
Yeah, I can't say that. That's not cool for me to say. But she can say it. She can get away with it. Oh, just like whenever someone's making a Latino joke, I can say that.
Yeah, that's Fernando.
That ball is in my court. That's fine. I get away with that.
Absolutely. But yeah, the thing about Mayfield is he only played I think with today's game it's 20. Solid 20 games. Rendon only played 58, and he's already outdone his numbers. So that should tell you something. Guys come, like my dad said earlier, he's like, Mayfield's hungry. He wants to play. And if you want to play, you'll produce. And he's producing. And obviously we saw from Vagina, he wasn't producing other than going on the IL, producing stints in the IL. And, players, those are the type of guys you like to see get a contract, but you won't. They're going to be passed up. I doubt we'll see him back next year.
No, most definitely. I mean, I like Mayfield. I think once, obviously I hope we have him in there a little bit more consistently. He'll get his reps in and everything will just kind of start flowing like Rendon's vagina.
Good transition.
But, no, he has had a couple of good clutch hits and some big home runs for us. He's really made some really good plays at third. So I'm really happy with what I've been seeing from him. And I mean, it just comes with time, really, just those reps, getting those reps in. And I definitely hope that we can sign him to a contract. More than likely, we're probably not. But, because we're stuck with Rendon for, I think, another 5 years. We signed him to a 7-year.
Yeah, so
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's fun. So yeah, I really like what's been produced from Mayfield. I think other than that, and it just goes along with what you said, the younger guys, the guys that we're bringing up, they're hungry, but one thing I think I've noticed about our team, it just looks like we're not having fun out there. It looks like we don't want to play baseball half the time. you
Yeah.
know, and I think bringing up Adele, bringing up Marsh, Mayfield, you know, all these younger guys, they're still hungry. They still want to produce and they want to get better. You know, they have all those three things that, you know, maybe some of our veterans, you know, people that have been on the team for a little bit, they kind of forget or they kind of take for granted, you know, whatever it is. And it's very upsetting, I think, especially being a ball player myself, when
Mhm.
you see somebody that, of course, has a lot of potential, you know, can sit there and really produce a lot for a team. And, you know, it just looks like they don't care. And it looks like they just don't have fun, you know, and it's really, baseball has turned into a job. And I feel like that's kind of what's been happening for, you know, I don't want to say Rendon, but, you know, maybe like Upton, you know, maybe some of our older guys in this lineup.
Yeah.
They just don't look like they're having fun anymore. And it's just like, Jesus, like I've, you know, even as a woman, I'd fucking kill to be on an MLB baseball field. I will, you know, these younger guys, they would kill to have, you know, that 20 seconds of fame, those 20 games, you know, whatever it is. And I think that's what a lot of our guys are losing. And now these younger players are here going to take it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing right now is you also need the motivation from the managers, and I don't know if they're getting that. I don't know if the coaches are coaching them up. It's one
Yeah.
thing to write out a lineup and say, okay, do your job, you're professional, blah blah, but you still need some sort of rah rah, get behind this. You know, whether we're wearing, because I mean, I don't know if you guys are caught up by that, but when Adele had that game against Texas, he showed on his Instagram, you know, he got the player of the game and it was a wrestling belt. I'm like, since when
Yeah.
the hell they do that? I've
Yeah.
never seen that
But
before.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The fact that one of the guys in our group chat, it was Andrew, was like, it's kind of an ugly wrestling belt, and I'm like, you know what, man, I don't care what they're
Yeah.
distributing. If it's gonna make these kids try, or anybody on the team try, just for the hell of it, go for it. For hockey, I'm a Coyotes fan. My team sucks. That's why I like them. I wanted to join. I wanted to be a fan of the worst team. But what they do is that the player of the game gets a silly little hat. It's like a little like fake stuffed Coyotes hat.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner or whoever the team captain picked as the player of the game gets to put it on and give a little speech. And I hope it's like that in the locker room. That's how it should be. You know what? Hey man, you had a good game. Here's your ugly ass spinner belt. Here, sit in this card. I'm going to push you around the dugout. Or here's your ugly wrestling belt. It doesn't matter, but do something to earn something that people in your clubhouse acknowledge as, hey, that's the guy today. So hey, man, I'm all for it. Oh, and by the way, Jack Mayfield has 4 more years of potential team control.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't see a situation where they completely cut him unless something bad happens. You don't cut a guy like that who's at least coming up and producing now.
That's true. I thought he was a 1-year free agent. That's my bad.
No, they could tender him a contract in 2022, and then he's got 3 years of arbitration until potentially becoming a free agent in 2026, or they could just make him one now. But
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe Courtney's right. You're going to look at his skills and be like, hey, this guy deserves something, or he deserves to be kept around. One thing I will add to that, Fernando, is that if you look at the way, like, I don't know if you've seen the Phillies are on a roll. They're winning games. Milwaukee's on a roll. Chicago, before they ran into Milwaukee, was on a roll. And those teams, when you look at them, they, and Tampa Bay now overtaking Boston and things like that, they all have something they do. They all have something they're known for. They all have some sort of celebration, or they have little click celebrations. And even a third place team like the Padres do. Angels don't have shit other than maybe Iglesias patting Otani on the helmet, taking his helmet off. That's it. And then up until his belt too. And I think that's something that we're missing as a squad too, because you need something that's going to be player related only, that the managers have no control over, that they can say, this is our thing. This is what we do when a guy does this or has a big strikeout. That's why when Courtney's like, man, I love that when that pitcher came out there and he was showing emotion and Iglesias was this and that, and she gets pumped up from that. The fans do too, because we don't see much of that, and for Fernando the same way. He's been saying that all season too. Like, where the hell's the emotion? So I guess that's a frustrating thing. I mean, we're sitting here at 500 again, and that Texas series looked like optimistic for us. So 2-1 victory. What do you guys have? Anything else on that one?
I think it's just sad that our bats can't support our pitching right now,
Mm-hmm.
like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting
Yep.
these, we're getting these great starts from our pitchers. What we got rid of home run Heaney, so we kind of like cleaned up a little bit, when it came to our starters and a little bit in our bullpen, and now all of a sudden our bats just went cold. We're just like, fuck it, who cares? Like,
I mean, our bats have been cold for a while, though. That's the thing. We've been talking about this for like, what,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 shows now?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely. So it's the fact that anything just hasn't changed. I think that's probably the most frustrating. It's cool that we got, the dub, but Jesus Christ, can we not make it that close, especially against the goddamn Rangers? Like, ugh.
Yeah.
How many times this season have I said, when we're hitting, our pitching isn't there? And when we're pitching the lights out, we can't hit the broadside of a barn. How many times have I said that this season?
Bunch of times. Bunch of times.
The
Pretty much
people
every
at
show.
home, exactly. The people at home are probably just like, oh, God, here we go with this again. But it's like, they probably also roll their eyes because when it's happening in the game, they're like, oh, well, here we go with this again. It's like, why can't we ever just have everything clicking? Dude, we're the only team that since 2016, 2015, when we were like a game away from potentially making the playoffs, every single time, oh, well, never have timely hitting. Oh, well, don't have a good pitching today. Oh, well, it's just, how come everything could just never click just for like a solid month? If we have like a month where we lose only like 5 games, we're probably a playoff team almost every year the last couple of years.
I agree. And you look, what frustrated me, I forgot to talk about game 2, was the fact that in that 11-3 win, I said on the post game, why the hell, well, look what happens when you actually steal bases and you're aggressive on the base pads and you take walks. You pressure the pitcher, they make mistakes, you get runs, and so on and so on. And it just seems so frustrating that they could do it one game and then like go 2 or 3 games with forgetting that worked. And then all of a sudden, hey, we need to do that again. They do it, it works, win or lose, it works, and then they go back to whatever effed up approach they have, right? I mean,
Yep.
Wow. If we can see it as fans, why can't the managers and the players change, and make the necessary adjustments?
Yeah. No, I get it, man. It's frustrating. No, one thing I will say, even like since Joe Adele came up, we've played a lot more 1985 baseball.
That's true. That's true. Courtney?
No, I think, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's just like we're not gelling together as a team, whether that's, players with management or, players versus players. I don't know. It looks like almost each player has their own agenda, or like their own approach.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not working. Like, it's not gelling to what we are trying to do. We can work great as a team for one game, and then all of a sudden it's like the next 5 we're just like, all right, fuck it, let's get this launch angle, guys. Like, it's it's not working. We're swinging at pitches that are out of the strike zone, completely out of the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like don't get me wrong, it's not like we're the Astros and we know what pitch is coming, but it's like we really look like we're guessing at pitches. Like, we really look like we have no type of approach at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's unsettling almost. Like, as a batter, I prided myself on batting. Like, I was honestly not the greatest fielder. So I knew batting was going to be my thing. And I had to make sure that my approach was going to be, great. And so when I see other batters, I'm just like, you can tell that they're mentally not ready. It looks like their feet aren't ready. Like, it literally just looks like they're guessing. And I can see that in almost every single one of our batters in the lineup, and then we get these little half-ass swings, and our poor bunt attempt is pissing me off. Like, oh my God, like, nobody knows how to lay down a bunt anymore. I'm just like, you literally, oh, you literally just wait for the pitch to come to you and you still can't do it.
Mhm.
So I think really it's like a guessing mentality when our batters are up to the plate, and it's fucking frustrating. So frustrating.
No, I
Yeah.
get you. I get you. This. Oh, go ahead for now.
No, go ahead. You already made point.
Yeah, it's really frustrating because the simple things are what could help a bad lineup or an injured lineup get the W and score and scratch together some runs, and it just doesn't seem like you said with the launch angles that they're willing to do it, and we've seen several times where they're not taking batting practice. But then again, you look at games where fans have actually messaged this page and told us, "Hey, they're doing batting practice," and then guess what happens? They actually hit good that game.
What?
Go figure.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible, but yeah, that's how it works out with the Angels. So,
The one thing I will say about this game in particular, this was the Thursday game where Lord Bundy returned. Dilly dilly, Lord Bundy dilly dilly. Yeah, he returned to form. Really, I mean, he was great. Changed his arm angle. It was Ace who told me that during the post game. That was the day I had to do the post game,
Mhm.
and the arm angle was different. Bundy was willing to challenge the other guy. Make that a concept. Make them beat you. You know what, man? If a pitcher makes his pitch and they take him deep, I don't care. I'm like, you know what, man? Hey, he challenged him. He beat him today. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I can always sleep well knowing that my pitcher made his best pitch. And I'm sure, Courtney, when you were playing, it was the same thing. Your teammate makes the best pitch possible, and she takes her deep. Whatever. At least you challenged her. At least she beat you. I'd rather have that than you walk the bases loaded than walk that person in, because at that point, you're ready to rip your hair out.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like our pitchers, for the longest time, are afraid to attack these guys. Lately, it's been a lot better. I don't know where it was. It might have been yesterday when you were doing the post-game talk, where somebody said that Matt Wise might actually have earned an extra year, because Matt Wise has also progressed as a pitching coach. You can tell that these young guys actually trust him. These young guys, they actually listen.
Mhm.
They're not stuck in their ways. They're willing to listen to some criticism. Maybe Matt Wise is actually a better pitching coach than we thought. I'm not ready to say that officially, but I'm a lot more willing. Like, if they were to be like, oh, they signed Matt Wise to a 1-year extension, I'd be like, okay, I'm not angry now. But if that would have happened like a month and a half ago, I would have been like, where's my pitchfork? Jenna, where's my pitchfork?
Mhm. We're going marching.
Yeah, we're going to Catella.
With some pitchforks.
Artie.
Yeah.
And it's not the good kind of chant either.
No. He'll take it as that though.
Yeah, he'll be like, they love me. The fans, they love me. They love my billboards.
It's all about my billboards.
Yeah, right. And one more thing before I close out my point about Thursday's game, and retying it to what I said about, like, lately we've seen some 1985 baseball. That game specifically was the most 1985 I've seen in a long time. One play in particular, Jose Iglesias struck a ball in between the shortstop and the left fielder. Adele scored easily, basically just tiptoed his way in, and Brandon Marsh full on sprinted home. He probably could have held up at third, but you know what? He challenged the left fielder.
Mhm.
The Rangers left fielder, Martin, couldn't even pick up the ball because he was too worried about Marsh running home. That's what you got to do. You have to be aggressive on the base path. Same thing. You know what? If Brandon Marsh gets thrown out by a country mile going home, you know what? Hey, he challenged him.
Mhm.
He made him, and he made the left fielder make a play. But that wasn't the case. He challenged him. The left fielder mentally threw the ball before it was in his glove, so he fumbled it, and Marsh scores. That's what wins you games. That's 1985 baseball. Joe Madden, take notes.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but those things are few and far between. I mean, but look again, like you said, it's a young player doing it. It could have been on his own. They have the fire and the passion and want to do that. And sometimes in these games that we've seen, especially in Texas in the prior series, defensively, there's been web gems by the squad. And then there's been some dumbass plays where you're like, why'd he throw that? Why did he try to get in front of that other infielder? Why did the outfielder look lost out there?
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on any particular player. Just the fact that it seems to be a thing that's attacking the team in general, whether it's defensively hitting, not pitching so much anymore, but it's just one thing after another that's hurt this team. And as good as they looked the final 3 games out of the 4 versus Texas, we came into Friday night with. I mean, I want to ask you guys, what were your expectations with the Dodgers, knowing we beat them 2 out of 3 prior, and we have one last 3-game series with them, and who we had to face? What were your expectations?
I knew it wasn't going to be the greatest. I figured it was going to be, we were going to take one. And I knew that. But given the fact of our injuries, given the fact that we basically have everybody out, I didn't expect much. The fact that we were even competing and keeping it as close, minus today, but keeping it as close as it was, that's all I could have hoped for, honestly. So I still consider it a win to me. Just the fact that the Dodgers have this $200 million salary team.
3.
And oh shit, 3.
300 million.
And they basically almost got their ass handed to them again by a little AAA team. So
right. All that just losing the second round.
Yeah, basically. So it was great. And then, but given the fact of our pitching matchups, and given the fact that we weren't going to have a DH, we weren't going to have Otani in the lineup, so that all that I took into consideration going into the series. I knew it wasn't going to be the greatest, so my prediction was the 1 for 3, and it happened. I'm just mad that I didn't get to see the dub. I went on Saturday, and that was the most annoying thing I've ever experienced in my life. I hate that.
Don't worry, we're gonna get there. Hang tight. We're gonna get there.
There's one.
We need to do a whole episode of your Dodger Stadium experience, really.
No.
Patreon ? Behind the paywall ?
Right.
So what'd you think, Fernando, about your expectations on the series?
So, like I said, I did the post game on Thursday. I predicted 2 out of 3 because if there's one thing I learned about the Angels when they play the Dodgers, you never know. You just never do. The Freeway Series is a different beast. The Dodgers on paper are always a good team. The Angels, the last couple of years, have, record-wise been a bad team. But those games are always close. Now, the thing that I expected was that the Angels would rise to the occasion, and a few of those guys did. Friday, they played a pretty good game. Some good hitting, some good base running, some great pitching. All that came together, and they created something beautiful on Friday. Saturday was almost the exact same thing, but we'll wait a little bit on Saturday. But I did predict 2 out of 3, so I was pretty disappointed. What about you?
I was the same way. I thought Game 1 went almost the carbon copy of what I thought it would. Them coming back, forcing it to extras, and then looking at that game in extra innings where the pitching just was phenomenal. Austin Warren did his thing. A lot of guys did their thing in that game. Angels held on for a 4-3 exciting victory. Iglesias made it a little, tentative there in the 10th. But Dodgers going 1-12 in extra innings. I'm feeling okay. Got Game 1 out of the way. Game 2 was a winnable game. I don't like Urias. I think he's overrated. I think the Angels could have taken advantage of him more. And then but I was really feeling, dude, that Walker Buehler game was just scaring me because I'm like, dude, why the hell are we gonna throw our best prospect out into the fire like that? 57,000 fans, and he's got on the road. That one still shocks me, dude. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think I've kind of said previously, we kind of set up our young pitchers poorly, poorly. I don't think Detmers should have started today, just like I don't think he should have started, against Oakland. It's, he should have started against the Rangers. Those are good confidence boosting things, because again, he's probably, of course, technically Dodgers are world championship Dodger baseball. That's the most annoying fucking sentence I've ever heard.
What? Huh?
Right? Exactly. you know, but he's probably
World Championship.
he's probably, you know, probably on the bus, like the 30-mile trip back to Anaheim. You know, probably at home, he's probably going to sit there and beat himself up thinking that it's his fault. And it's kind of not, you know. I honestly blame our pitching staff and our management for that. You know, we can't expect so much from our rookie that only had two AAA games in the first place before we wanted to yank him up. So, you know, we should have, you know, hell, started Otani. Like, Jesus, started somebody with a little bit more veteranship. Like, started somebody that's been in that type of stadium before, at least with that many fans. You shouldn't have started, you know, you shouldn't have started.
Well, before the trainer screwed up Cobb's wrist, because it was obviously a blister at first. I don't know how a blister turns into a wrist issue, but if Cobb wasn't hurt, I'm pretty
Are
sure.
you new here?
Yeah, I forgot how that works.
And hip surgery after the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's that?
he's day to day.
Yeah, he's day to day. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just it was mind boggling in that game. Obviously it was today, but yesterday's game. I want to get into this real quick. Jaime has pitched really good. This is what his fourth straight good start, and on the road again. He made one mistake to Bellinger when they had a 3-2 lead, and it was 3-3. Okay, so that happens. He still pitched a quality start. The bullpen was doing its thing, and then Madden gets the brilliant idea of going to a guy with no like real high leverage situation. Every time he's put his feet wet in a high leverage situation, he shit the bed. And Madden's like, you know what? The 30th time's the charm. And he throws him in there. There it goes again.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you this, though. Who do you put in that situation? I know we would have said Packy. You know, you would have been like, well, Packy was still there because that's what you said. But, you know, Packy ended up pitching today, so maybe that makes a little bit of sense.
No, I wouldn't have put Packy because Packy, that would have been his first, you know, situation too. I would have put anybody in there. I would have put Selman. I would have put Myers even. You know, Cishek. Because at least those guys, I know Courtney, don't do a Bundy on us right here, but I'm just saying that, you know, come on, you're gonna put Guerra over those guys. I know those guys aren't like Nolan Ryan pitchers, but dude, Guerra, come on.
Yeah, I probably would have picked Myers, maybe, you know, because I think I was there again. I was there at the Saturday game, and I can't see at night, first of all. So like I couldn't see who we had, like who was running out there. And I was asking my boyfriend, I was like, who is that? And he's like, Dell, I don't know. And then I finally seen it, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, seriously? I was like, God damn. I was like, what about C-Shit? Like,
yeah.
C-Shit was on the bereavement list.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Oh shit. Well, I'm sorry, but like I was just like, what about Myers? Like I was just like, well, hold on. I was like, all right. I was like, here we go, and then that was it. And I was just like, well, I was like, that was fun. Can we go home now?
Yeah, okay, real quick. So let's talk about your experience on Saturday. So first, let's talk about the long ass walk to the stadium. How was that?
First of all, I had to stretch. I had to get mentally prepared for my 2-mile hike. I sat there and
was it uphill?
It was uphill. I laced up my Air Force Ones. I tried not to crease them.
Wait.
Come on, downvote.
Wait. Time out here for a second. So I didn't hear about this story. You parked at the bottom of Chavez Ravine.
There's no top or bottom. It's all bottom. This like on an incline.
I'm just saying, like, were you trying to save parking?
I don't even know what we were trying to do.
Oh.
We just wanted to be there. Like I was like, oh, baseball, like the Freeway Series, and no, we weren't thinking all the way through. But yeah, and then so I do have to start this. My first experience at Dodger Stadium was actually 2 months ago. I think with Dodgers versus Giants. Boyfriend's a Dodgers fan. Don't kill me. So he got this.
Downvote.
I know, downvote. Thumbs down. So that was my first time actually being at Dodger Stadium that I can remember since being a young adult. And so I took my purse with me everywhere because I have to. And that time I have a black purse, and I didn't know that Dodger Stadium makes you have a clear purse. And I was like, what? excuse me. So we had to walk all the way back to the car, and we missed the first 2 innings. And
Ooh. Dodger Stadium racist. That's purse racist.
Oh
that
God.
Dodger Stadium hates women. I will say it out loud. And Dodger Stadium hates women. So
They hate men too. They make us use troughs in like half of the bathrooms.
right.
Mm.
So I do have to say, so this time I was prepared. So Saturday I was prepared. I invested in a clear purse so I can take my things and everybody can see my EpiPen and medications because I'm a gremlin. And so I had a clear purse and we were in there, we were fine. And then, you know, we walked another 3 miles to get to our seats. And we were sitting in right center field. And it was just fucking packed. It was so packed. I mean, given it's the Freeway Series. But goddamn, there's just so many fucking lines because there's so many people. We wanted margaritas. And the line for a margarita is 30 people deep. And plus, these people already have drinks while they're waiting for the margaritas. So I'm just like, I'm not.
I wonder if they just started like accepting Cash App there or something.
I don't know.
Like, do you Cash App?
Yeah, I know. It wasn't even worth it at that point. I was just like, damn, like this is just trash. Like the whole environment.
Yeah.
I don't like Dodger Stadium. I really don't.
It's a terrible venue.
Like
Dodger dogs aren't even that good.
we didn't even have one because I know they're not that good. We got popcorn and that was it. Well,
I will say this about Dodger dogs: if you, you know, you do at least need one if you've never had one, but you got to go like behind home plate, like to like the ones immediately behind, because they actually grill them there. Everywhere else, they just put them in the boiling water. But like a grilled Dodger dog is fine. It's fine. I don't know now because they changed their manufacturer. I don't know what it is now.
Well, I do know I used to, before the pandemic, I was delivering with a linen company, and one of our accounts was Dodger Stadium. So I got to see their kitchen. Their kitchen is clean. So I wouldn't recommend eating in the outfield, but if you're in the blue section, the yellow section, or the restaurants, they do make some really good food. I've seen some of the stuff that they're preparing before the games. So that is legit, and I think Fernando's on to it too. The hot dogs they have there are way better than the ones that they seem to get from the 99-cent store and sell for $10 in the pavilion. And their chips are real because the ones in the pavilion are cardboard. That's the all-you-can-eat ones. Yeah.
Like we ate before. We weren't being cheap, but like
good for you though.
Yeah, we just ate before just to be safe.
That's sensible. You know, I mean, I can't even be mad.
Yeah, like it was just, especially because like my boy, we brought my boyfriend's son, so you know, we just wanted to keep it safe. So we ate before, so that was part of the reason why we weren't really eating that much either. But I wanted my damn drink. Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
I like my drinks. And I couldn't even get one. So I was pissy and I was just like, all right, well, this is stupid. The only thing that I think was good about, at least where we were sitting in particular, the bathroom was literally like 2 steps away. So I was like,
That's
oh,
good.
great. I was like, this is fantastic. Other than that, I mean, I really don't, I hate that goddamn stadium. And it's so annoying. It was annoying in particular because I think when we made the pitching change, I don't know who we brought in. It might have been fucking Gira for all I know. They played a 2-minute video for Albert Pujols because he was coming in to pinch hit. And they filmed all of his 20 at-bats that he's had so far. And they made it look like he's done something for this damn team. And he hasn't. And that video was going for 2 minutes. And everybody, including my boyfriend, is like, the machine. And I'm just like, all right, let's see what happens right now. And I called it. He struck out. He struck out on a high and outside fastball. Swung and missed. And it was great. And my boyfriend just sat there and looked at me. He was like, this is fucking stupid. I was like, no, keep him. Keep him. You do it.
Yeah.
I was like, after we got rid of Pujols.
It wasn't until today until he decided to finally do something.
Mm-hmm. That is
screw you, Albert.
That is the thing that's pissed off Angel fans. Oh, good.
That is something that pisses me off. Don't get me wrong, but I think it would have been way funnier to have Detmers strike him out. Like, how do you have a rookie strike out a veteran? Like, I think, you know,
Austin Warren did it
in
a clutch situation.
That
Yeah.
is true, but I mean, for how much Dodger fans, and even some of us Angel fans, I know some Angels fans are out there, they still do it, how much they praise Albert Pujols, and his time in the league and everything. I honestly expect nothing less from him. Like, he should have done that. He should have homered, kill me, put me on a pitchfork. But he should have done that. You expect that from him and how much time he's had in the league. So, I can't be too mad at it. I would have laughed really, like, way harder if he would have struck out today. But it's okay.
Yeah, right.
I
We
would-
love Albert. James, play that clip of Albert Pujols getting a single. James, did you hear me? 17.
That's how he is. I mean, look, this guy pisses me off because I immediately after today getting after he hit a home run, I had my phone lit up because I have a lot of Dodger friends, and they're like, hey, you know what? This guy, he's a Hall of Famer. You guys disrespected him. It's like, no. Listen to me. Nothing he did in St. Louis helps the Angels.
Ever.
What he did last year doesn't count for this year. Why the hell are we supposed to just praise and kiss the ground that he walks on just because he's put up stats? I've never agreed. This league and every other league is what have you done for me lately? And like Courtney says, if he can't take him deep, he sucks. And he took him deep today on a 3-0 cookie by a rookie. That's what it was. Yeah. That's all it was. This wasn't in the clutch against a good pitcher. Detmers was having problems finding the zone. And as far as them playing that 2-minute video, Courtney, that's to say, hey, a big F you to the freaking Angel fans. They know there's a lot of Angel fans there, and they want to rub it in. That's all it is. And to say and still Angel fans will kiss his ass and be like, oh, I feel so bad for him, or I feel so happy because he's on the Dodgers. No, if you feel great that he's on the Dodgers, take off your red and put on the blue. Do that. Go with him. Be a traitor just like he was, because he could have went anywhere else. All the same bullshit that he said, oh, I'm not getting no playing time. I don't want to be a mentor. I don't want to come off the bench. Oh, but I'll come off the bench for the Dodgers and I'll be a mentor. Man, get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? That's where
Teal Albert. He's the best Teal ever.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
That's so annoying. And I expect nothing less from Dodger fans. Like, this fits Dodger fan mentality. Sure. Like, it's
I have to know, did you go inside of any of the gift shops?
I did. So I did go.
Did they have Pujols stuff?
Damn. You know what? I really wasn't looking. So me and my mom, we collect pins. I'm sorry. We collect pins from every stadium because we've traveled a lot.
She's going to say she bought Dodger pins. She's out. She's out. It's over. She's out.
I'm sorry. Wait, but I did find something cool. I'm going to show you guys.
I swear, if you say you got me anything, it's over.
No, I got a 42 patch. I feel like you have to. Like,
admittedly, I do have a Dodgers 42 jersey, but this is why. My coworker from Petco gave me a Brooklyn Dodgers 42 jersey. And I don't mean a Brooklyn Dodgers from a mall. I mean her mom bought it in Brooklyn at Ebbets Field jersey. So I have that jersey. So people would be like, oh, you're a Dodger fan. No.
No.
Don't tell me you would get rid of a Jackie Robinson jersey from Ebbets Field. Nobody here would do that.
Yeah.
No, exactly. So I did go inside of a gift shop. I was not particularly looking for a Pujols. I think they have a bobblehead though. I've seen a bunch of bobbleheads, and I wouldn't be amazed if one of them probably isn't sitting in there. So I did buy a pin. I'll cave and say I bought a pin, but it's for collector purposes, not because I want to. I just feel like you have to. At least that's what me and my mom are doing. So don't kill me.
I'll let you get away with it because it's Jackie Robinson situation. Like I can appreciate that.
Thank you. So, but I found it so weird so we were sitting in the outfield, and I know they kind of loose with the COVID stuff and mask on or mask off, vaccinated, whatever. They let you have your mask basically off. I mean, really, because who's going to check if you're vaccinated or not? But all of a sudden, the second I walk into the gift shop, actually, the lady told me, she's like, you can't come in here without a mask. I was like, but I could be outside this whole stadium? I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not one to fight it. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and be a Karen. But, like, I was just like, that's interesting. I was like, okay, whatever. Put my mask on, got my few little things, and I left. So
I think it's just because of the indoor mask mandate in LA. I mean, not getting into the politics of it, it is a little strange that, you can cross like one side of Downey and, you need to wear a mask inside. And then you go to like but a park, and it's all cool. That I will admit, that is very strange.
No, because I mean, just think about it. The Rona stays in LA County. It knows the border of Orange County. Knott's Berry Farm is the farthest it goes out, and that's it. Yeah, exactly.
Disneyland safe, yeah.
You can lick the railing if you want to. You'll be fine.
Yeah, we tell that story all the time that we wanted my fiance and I took our son to Disneyland like in February. So that was obviously February of 2019. So COVID still existed.
Yeah.
But COVID wasn't something we really thought about. And we're like, we should go there before they even closed Disneyland. At the time we were just laughing about it. We went to Disneyland and our son licked the rail, and we're like, "What are you doing?" That was gross, peak COVID. Now that's unthinkable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never imagine trying to lick something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now I'm boiling his tongue. Now I'm like, bro, that's. But Todd and I have talked off air about if there's one thing COVID has taught us, is how gross we were. We're gonna go touch this doorknob and whatever else, this bathroom doorknob, and then lick food, you know what I mean? Eat finger foods after. So that's the one thing that I won't realize.
We're all sucking our fingers oh boy, the nacho cheese.
I love this buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
It's a little extra salty. There's some extra spice in there. No.
Yeah, 7 minutes ago, you're touching a doorknob from the bathroom that some guy just went to Taco Bell and he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, or some guy scratched himself and touched the knob. It's oh wow, okay.
The waffle fork story I told you about in the hotel, Tom?
Yep. God.
I'll tell you that story off air, Courtney. We don't want to gross out the listeners.
Oh,
our sponsors will dip out.
Exactly.
But I mean, and then we ended up losing. And so it's sad because then you get to think about your team's decisions. That whole 15-minute walk back to your car, and you get to recap everything.
4.6 miles.
Yeah, you get to recap everything that happened. I was getting yelled at by other Dodgers fans.
Mm-hmm, of course.
I had my Ohtani jersey on.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he struck out for his one pinch hit appearance. And everybody's like, Ohtani sucks. I was like, okay, you suck, but I can't say that out loud because I'm by myself, and when I sit there and have my boyfriend and his son wearing Dodger stuff, I'm just like, I am outnumbered here.
Did you drive alone?
No, but that was a really silent car ride because I was really mad.
Well, the best part is the fact that there was an extra hour and a half added to it trying to get back on the freeway.
Yeah, that extra 45 minutes is just so wonderful. And especially because I had no type of liquor in me, so I couldn't even enjoy it.
Doesn't Dodger Stadium have a gas station in the parking lot?
They used
did.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they definitely used to.
They used to have a 76.
It was a 76. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
But I will tell you this, for those who are new to Dodger Stadium and want to avoid that whole situation that Courtney just went through, believe me, if you can find a parking area or parking structure by Union Station, go to the back of Union Station, and there's the Dodgers Express. And those buses are the local LA County buses. They'll take you up to the stadium for free. So you don't have to pay for parking, nothing like that. So you just have to wait in a line, sort of as if, you're leaving Disneyland at night. You wait for the trams. Yeah, it's the same thing heading out. But once you do that, though, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Because doing the hike, I did the hike one time like that Courtney did, and I was taking a date there. This is years ago, and she got plastered. I was plastered, and we had to make it down to the bottom of the hill, and she almost passed out, and I had to carry her over my side and walk all the way down. So I was doing the was it Soldier Left Behind, and that was tough going down.
Yeah.
Although I have to admit, I'm a people watcher. I like.
Oh, you're a people watcher.
I definitely I admit I watch people. It looks like I'm staring them down. It's no, I'm just kind of watching stuff.
I'm the same way.
Right? There was a guy probably 3-4 rows behind us, plastered by the fifth inning. By the fifth inning, just completely done. His friends left him. And I was just and he was a Dodger fan. but he would be sitting there and he's like cheering by himself and he's like, "Let's go Dodgers!" And like steps weren't even on beat or nothing. And I was like, well, he's having a good time. Like he couldn't even make it down the steps. I was like, this is great. And like I was watching him for like the last 2 innings because why not?
And that is another thing, though, I hate about Dodger Stadium is, what is that, 500 times a game they play, dun, 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 dun. Like, they'll start out with a Return of the Jedi song, and then it goes into dun, dun. I'm like, oh, my God. Can you play anything else on the organ? Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Todd, you said that your date was fast enough to carry her. All I was going to say was, that's way better than what Trevor Bauer would have done. And we're changing the conversation.
Yeah,
I had to go there. Yo, by the way, Dodger fans, I know there's a couple who listen to this. How's Trevor Bauer doing? MVP. Nah, he's a trash person, though. I mean, that's jokes aside. The guy's an asshat.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
hope he never plays again.
To each his own with that. If that's your sexual, go-to, but I mean, come on, man. I mean.
That's the thing. There's a fine line between like, oh well, this guy has a fetish, but to give a woman 2 black eyes, bro.
But it's
it's
the scratches that I saw that stuck out to me though. Like
the scratches, like damn, she looks like she got Freddy Krueger. Like that's not it, fam. I'm sorry.
It wasn't the black eyes, Todd. Do we need to have a talk?
Oh jeez.
No, it's never the answer.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Yeah, well, Todd, this isn't the answer, okay?
God.
Todd, do you need to talk to somebody?
You know what?
Yeah.
Let me just turn my camera off. No.
He's about to be on his own. He's about to be on his own crime podcast.
It's about to be you guys' show now.
Oh.
Yeah. He incriminated himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
like the To Catch a Predator people, but like FBI coming
topple
with that.
I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
He's getting tackled. All you see is Artie's face.
Yeah. like Artie's like, where'd he go?
Yeah. Your background booze.
That would be freaky.
He got under Miranda this whole time.
But
he brought him up for an interview.
Yeah. But dude, we turned in an absolute crap fest of a game today. 8-2 was the final, I believe, and Bueller got the win. We already said Pujols went deep. Detmer shit the bed. Packy got in there. Boy, Packy got some work. Finally,
got in the inning, and I think gave up a run.
Yeah, because of our awesome, stellar defense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, glad.
Oh, and what was with that play earlier? Jose Iglesias threw the ball home, but it was like a skyrocket above Stassi's head. I'm like, smart play, bad throw.
Yes, dude. I mean, that was
a bad throw. He was fucking launching it. He was like, what?
He's all. I'm not a power hitter, so launch angle.
Yeah.
Watch this launch angle, guys. It's like, what did he think he was like in the Olympics?
Shot putting, yeah. It's weird because we look at that guy and we're like, right when we're like, oh man, what a defensive web gem that dude is, and then we're like, why did he do that? Like in Texas, he spiked the ball at the first base a couple times. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I even memed him because he was having such a good series. People were starting to be like, dude, he's the Dodger killer. Because Calhoun was the Dodger killer.
Yeah, he owned the Dodger.
So people are like, we found our new Dodger killer. Because the first 2 games, Iglesias was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, he's all, yep. Today's not the day, guys.
Yeah, today's not it.
Yeah, today, that wasn't it, Chief. That wasn't it. But Adele, rocket.
Mm-hmm.
That RBI rocket he got was great.
2 more hits today, right? So.
Yeah, I'm actually, real quick, opinions on Joe Adele. Let's start with Courtney.
I won't lie, I did not like him last year. I was hoping that we would trade him off for something because everybody was talking about he's like a top prospect, and I was like, fuck it, sell him then if he's a top prospect. I didn't like it. Again, I'm very critical of outfielders because I was one. It looked like last year he just didn't look comfortable, like taking his routes, taking angles. You know, of course, depending on how hard the ball is hit, but as an outfielder, I never believe that a ball should get to the wall. You got to cut that shit off, you know. Yeah. And I felt like he kind of did that a lot last year. I do say that he has improved when it comes to like his angles in the field. His throwing has been a lot better, and of course his hitting. So I think just spending that time in AAA really did him a lot of good. So I do like the improvement that I've seen from him, but I was definitely not a fan before.
Todd?
I agree. I think right now his approach at the plate is much better. I want to see his power come around, but I do want to see him stay consistent first. So I'm kind of in between, but I do like what he's doing. Outfield still has some work to do, but I think Marsh is ahead of him only there as far as his defense. Marsh, I believe, is where Adele was last year.
Correct. Yeah, I could definitely agree. You know, maybe Marsh came up a little early, but as of right now, you just got to ride the ship with him. I mean, I don't disagree with that take. It's his turn to kind of figure it out. But the good news is that Adele looks like a major leaguer this year. Mm-hmm. Last year, he looked like a kid who just kind of got an opportunity. He was trying to catch lightning in a bottle. But this year, he looks like a major leaguer. He hits like a major leaguer, and he has major league at-bats. Major league at-bats don't mean getting a hit. Don't mean hitting a home run every time. But that means looking comfortable, adjusting constantly after every pitch. And what I see is that he takes his time up there at the plate. You know what? Like a pitch will go by him, he'll swing and he'll miss, and he adjusts. Mm-hmm. He takes his time. He thinks about the pitch. That's the kind of stuff that AAA helped him out with this year. You know, I'm with Todd, man. I'd love to see some power out of him too, but he's batting 304 right now. If he doesn't hit a home run for the rest of his career, but he bats 300, you're not going to hear a single complaint out of me.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Bat 280, get me some runs. I don't care if you never hit a home run in your life. Home runs aren't everything. You can have a successful career and hit 0 home runs. You might not make the Hall of Fame because people are like, oh, no, he needs some home runs. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I don't care. I don't know what that accent was.
I was trying to figure that out too. Well, look at Omar Vizquel. I mean, that's the kind of player that you're just talking about. That guy's career high was like 3 home runs, but he's a borderline Hall of Famer because he always got on base, stolen bases. He got like 30, 40 RBIs a year, but he was constant. And you know, if Adele can steal some bases with that speed, I mean, that's great. You know, I'd like the more he gets on. I think they need to let him loose. Sort of like when they give Ohtani the green light to steal whenever he wants. Do it with Adele too. Yeah. And when Marsh starts hitting consistently, do it with him too. Let's make this a running team.
Agreed.
Let's force errors. Maybe the other team will have a Kurt Suzuki and throw it into center field and you take first to third. You know, so
maybe the Dodgers could take Kurt Suzuki too and make a giant video.
There you go.
They're like, Kurt is our I don't know what it would be.
Good luck charm.
Well, he's Filipino, right? I know he's Hawaiian, but isn't he also Filipino?
He might be a little bit of that, yeah.
Maybe I heard that wrong because I know they call it like they're like, oh, we should call him the Flying Hawaiian. No, that was Shane Victorino. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm just trying to find whatever like brother or like uncle is in that language. But you know, whatever race he is, and whatever ethnicity he is, whatever that is for either brother or uncle.
I think they're coming for you next, Fernando.
Yeah.
The FBI is coming for you next.
Yeah, they're gonna cancel me. Cancel Fernando.
It's the Courtney Show on Halos in the Infield. Oh man.
Yeah, she's gonna sit here and say that everyone. She's gonna be like grill master DFing everyone, but saying everyone has vaginas.
Definitely. So I do have a question.
Okay.
From my mom, because my mom has now started listening to us since she joined the page, mm-hmm. and she wants to know if.
Why does your phone look so bulky?
Oh, because it is. It has to. I'm so clumsy.
Looks like a scientific calculator.
Right. So she wants to know if we should invite back the old skipper, Mike Sosha, since he just came back from a silver medal.
No, he just retired.
I know. She just wanted to know. I was like, I think she just wants her 20 seconds of fame.
You mean okay. Back to like the stadium for acknowledgement or
coach? She was
I think the game's passed him by. I think what he does need to come back for is, I mean, if you look at the Olympics, he played with scrubs and old vets, and
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
won a gold medal. So I mean, there's something to be said there. He might get himself another job somewhere else, but it would have to be a team that would give him control, and I just don't think there's one that's going to do that. And then as far as coming back to Anaheim, he should come back to get his number retired. I really think that should be soon. He's obviously the winningest manager in Angels history. Right then, that should get him in. But he's got that World Series. I think you got to retire that dude's number.
Do you guys think he's a Hall of Fame manager? A lot of people are like, no, but if you really look at the numbers, his numbers are very good.
Yeah, I would.
I would think so. I think he should.
I think he's Hall of Famer. I think we have two people who should be in the Hall of Fame. It should be K-Rod. They should be Mike Scioscia.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah.
It makes Mike. I think Mike, doesn't he have more wins than Bobby Cox, or is it close?
I think Bobby Cox is more.
And Cox is in, right?
I believe so. I can look into that real quick.
Because he has one World Series title with the Braves, so does Scioscia. So I mean, Scioscia should get in. I mean, maybe they'll say because of. Oh, go ahead. You're probably.
I wouldn't say anything.
Oh,
I'm typing.
Well, any other questions, Courtney? I'm sorry.
No, that was the only one my mom had.
Okay. Well, tell your mom.
Hi, Courtney's mom.
Yes.
I know. Her name is
Well, we love you too.
her name is Tabitha. So if you guys ever see my mom on here, sometimes she'll comment on the Facebook Live.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's my mom.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
you,
We'll
Tabitha.
put some extra emphasis on Tabitha. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. So Bobby Cox, it's not even. He has 2,504 wins and 2,001 losses. He also has 3 ties.
Okay.
Okay.
That's weird.
Okay. I mean, I'm guessing T means tie, but that shows what kind of a dinosaur he is.
Mm-hmm.
It brought up Mike Scioscia's playing numbers, which were not impressive.
Yeah, he's not going in as a catcher, that's for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. He was a serviceable catcher defensively, from what I remember. Yeah, 1,650 wins, 1,428 losses, but that's still a winning percentage of .536.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
No, Bobby Cox was .556. But Bobby Cox is a Hall of Famer. He did win that lone World Series, like you said, but he won 5 pennants and 4 Manager of the Years.
Yeah, that'll do it. Well, I guess maybe you look at Scioscia as maybe just like what is it called, a Veterans Committee edition? Maybe. I don't think he's a straight.
Maybe because Scioscia only had 1 pennant, but he did have 2 Manager of the Years.
Mm-hmm. That's true. We'll have to see. But to answer your mom's question, I think, in my opinion, I think the game might have passed him by. I mean, yeah.
She likes him though, so
I agree.
Yeah.
I was a big Mike Scioscia guy. In 2018, when they split, I was at ease with the decision at the time because, like Todd said, the game had kind of passed him by. But I will say, man, when he started, there was an immediate change to the team. Those first couple of years weren't the best. I mean, they had a winning record his first year. Second year had a losing record. In 2002, they were absolute dog shit. I was I had to go. I saw Courtney's face. She was like, yeah.
What?
Yeah. In 2003, the team was bad. But you know what I mean? Like, after that, they were pretty solid. A lot of 90-plus win seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did his thing. That's for damn sure.
No.
So anything else we got on this show?
Sell the team, Artie.
no damn game.
There you go.
I was never one of those people. I was always the people who were like, you know what, Artie does an okay job. Artie, because I will say, Artie spends money. He does spend money. He just spends it on the wrong thing. It's like when you give your child $20 and you're like, okay, spend this, spend your money wisely. And then you leave them for 10 minutes at the Disneyland gift shop. And it's they spend $20 on lollipops. And you're like,
chaos. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you could have gone to the Arco and gotten 1,000 lollipops or 99-cent store. He's like that. He's like, oh, well, we need more position players, Sonny Boy. We don't need any starters.
What do you think about that, Artie? Okay.
I think that you guys should like my billboards.
He's not too happy with what you're saying. Basically, you see the picture behind me.
Yeah.
But,
Sell the team, Marty. Oh, real quick. I want your one opinion on something before we close it out. Okay. All right. So Griffith Canning, when he comes back, he's healthy because I know he's still injured. Has the team passed him by for this season? You think he's played himself out of a spot with Jaime Barria, Sandoval, Suarez performing? I know Demers isn't doing that great yet, but he's literally faced like the two hardest teams. So I'll let him keep going for at least two more.
well, as far as they don't have no idea when he's coming back, right? And he's still technically in AAA,
Yeah.
He's still technically in AAA, yes.
but he's on the IL. I think they might just trade him. To be honest with you, I think they might see him as Heaney 2.0. And you got way too much young talent to pass up right now. I mean, those guys are hungry. Canning appears just to be going through the motions.
But remember, Canning also has a lot of years of control left. Are you really going to give that up? Because
If we get something in return.
maybe, but I think it's going to be the opposite. I think now that they were able to, in theory, turn it around with, Sandoval, Suarez, Berea starting to come into his own. I think they're going to be like, oh, he's going to figure it out and turn into one of these guys.
Mm.
I think it's more of a profit if we trade him. Because then he also won even though it doesn't count, but he won a Gold Glove, didn't he?
Hey, that counts.
so,
Everything
yeah.
counts except the World Series.
It counts. I would say it counts. So there is some value to him, even if he does turn it around. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a complete Heaney 2.0, but I do. We would trade him. Yes.
Okay.
So he's a free agent in 2026.
Damn.
There is a lot of contract there. He's also only 25 years old. So it's not crazy to think that he will develop.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
both of you guys are done.
Yeah, I think we're done with it because I think right now you can probably get a good position player for him. Pretty good position player.
Yeah.
Especially with his control.
But I mean, what position do the Angels really need right now? Because in theory, I think as of right now, Adele's earning himself a spot. A lot could change.
Mm-hmm.
But, you still have Upton for one more year, assuming they can't. You know what I just thought about? To entice a team to pick up the bad Upton trade this offseason, because he's got one more year left. Do you give them Griffith Canning also?
Absolutely.
Like, hey, man, you can have a potential superstar here because, there is valor in Canning's contract. He certainly shows flashes, and that's why you're calling him the Heaney 2.0, because Heaney always showed flashes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if maybe that's what you do.
Maybe, but aren't we going to be looking for a shortstop too? Because we only have Iglesias for a year.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, but you're going to have a lot of shortstops into the free agent market. Simeon, Trevor Story, Baez, Lindor would have if he didn't resign. Brandon Crawford, Corey Seager. The list really does go on. I mean, you can get Simba back if you want it.
Nope.
The list goes on.
No.
No, I just. Oh, go ahead, Courtney. Sorry.
I don't know. There's just more value there. Like, don't get me wrong. I actually do like Canning. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like there's more of a value there for a trade for a position player. If we could tack on Upton with it, then please, by all means, please take it. Because.
But that's what I'm saying. What position do we truly need an upgrade on? Rendon's here. He's stuck here. We have Fletcher. We already have Walsh. We have Trout. We have Adele, like I said. And you still have Upton. And you have Stassi. So really, shortstop's going to be the guy, that you maybe need to replace. Unless you can get a second baseman and you move Fletcher.
You technically don't need a shortstop starter on this trade. You could get a high-quality benched guy. A utility guy who's going to fit the mold of he could play the infield or he could play the outfield, and then you sign a free agent left fielder if you get rid of Upton, and then like you make the high, like for me I would make the high priorities in free agency. Obviously that ace that's eluded us for years. If you get rid of Upton, that would be the number 3 spot because number 2 would be shortstop. You have to fill that shortstop role, or maybe you get yourself a catcher. You get rid of Ben Boom. You obviously DFA or let go Suzuki, and you get a decent catcher to rival Stassi instead of someone that sucks below Stassi.
Yeah, I would think we would need another catcher besides catcher and shortstop. Those would be my 2. I think outfield was pretty much, covered.
Yeah, we can get that.
Yeah.
But between a shortstop and a catcher, because Stassi can't do it on his own. Suzuki is just a liability at this point. So, I think those would be the 2 positions that we would have to go after.
And let's be real, Ben Boom ain't gonna get any better than he is, and so is Theis. So they're
Something happened to Ben Boom. I got an alert. I don't know what we did to him. I don't know if he's staying in AAA or if I don't know what we did. But I got that alert the other day, and I was like, what?
Oh, I think the training staff turned him into a frog accidentally. That's
okay.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly.
He's day to day.
He's day to day.
He's day to day. He'll be good.
He's got toaditis. So, so for any other announcements going out here?
Buy the merch.
There you go.
Buy the merch, guys.
Todd, show them the merch.
I know, Todd, you're
Oh, yeah,
wearing.
sorry, look. Halos in the Infield. That's a Todd Fox shirt. The hat right here. Well, we give those away.
Is that the normal shirt or is that the one that we have?
Oh, that's the.
We have to read it.
Yeah, right there.
There we go.
No, I'm saying is that the one we have to readjust?
Oh no, that's the normal one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one looked like I was pregnant. It was down here more. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're pregnant?
Yeah, I was like 3 months pregnant. It was baby bump.
That's
And then,
Male seahorse.
and then you got the phone case, which is the new Halo one. That's a pretty cool design. The
there you
sunset
go.
kind
Yeah.
of. So that's good to go.
There we go.
I got to get myself a Viva Los Angelitos phone case.
Yeah, you do. Those are pretty cool. It's
Like, do we have one apparently for my calculator? Like,
they do
Your
have Apple
scientific
ones.
calculator.
They do have Apple ones in different. What is that?
it's an 11.
Yeah, they have that one.
Yeah, that's what I have. See, and I have the tough case. So
Okay.
I know he's all. Watch me hit it with a hammer.
You're destroying.
yeah, right. Hey James, play Southland 6 as I hit the hammer. He may feel like it's a hammer.
Wait, are we gonna do?
James, I used to ride my bike down Catella.
God, are we gonna do predictions for the Blue Jays or no?
What do you get? Why do you guys think? Because
No.
I didn't prepare for that Blue Jays series.
No, I'll read you
I don't
off.
think they've announced anything. Or do
No, we have starters.
Oh
Shocking.
wow. Okay.
all right,
Let's
let's
do
do
then.
it.
Rapid
Okay.
fire.
I know, rapid fire. Hold on, wait, my Wi-Fi. Okay, so it
Ooh.
starts Tuesday, so we have Monday off. Tuesday we have Rodriguez. So we get C-Rod versus Matt.
Okay.
Interesting. And Tuesday is actually a doubleheader as well. So
It
our
is.
second game is going to be 7 innings. So then
Both games are going to be 7 innings.
Oh, both games are 7 innings. Oh,
Mhm.
thank you. Okay, so then Blue Jays has Stripling, and then we are doing Suarez
Mm.
for that second game. Wednesday, as of right now, it looks like we have Lord Bundy and Manoa. Blue Jays have Manoa, and I think Thursday was Otani. Otani Day. Yes, Thursday is Berrios versus Otani.
Ooh, that's a good matchup.
I'm going Thursday.
Okay. All right.
I'm so excited. I've been waiting to see. I haven't seen Otani pitch yet. So, Anita, that's the one
It's
thing
fun.
I know. That's the only thing I could get my boyfriend to agree on. He wants to see Otani pitch, and I conned him into getting a Otani jersey. So,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yes,
there we go.
he's not a bad.
Corny taking dubs on and off.
Women use their powers. Let's just say that they use their powers.
Yeah, let's not elaborate. I'm out.
I'm not. I'm just saying they're using their
Yeah.
powers.
So I'm trying to think. So who would start on Saturday then for the tailgate? Would it be Reed Detmers?
Saturday.
No, it'd be Suarez.
Suarez.
I'd be down.
No, it might be Sandoval.
Well, that'd be good.
No, because Sandoval pitched 2 days ago. He pitched on Friday.
I know, but
So,
he's starting against the Blue Jays.
but Otani played on Thursday against Texas, and then it was Sandoval. on Friday to start the freeway series.
Sandy on Friday too.
So then Saturday would be Suarez.
Suarez. Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay. Either way, I mean, if it is Sandoval for whatever reason, I'm also down for that. So, okay. As far as the Blue Jays, I'm going to be hopeful and just say 2 out of 4, but God, I really don't know. Blue Jays are younger. No, they're not. We're about the same now.
Their hitting's younger.
Yeah, but they have a lot of power in that lineup. I say we split it 2 out of 4.
I'm going to go Halo honk on this one. I'm going to go 3 out of 4.
Oh, I thought you were going to go real Halo honk and go 4 for 4.
We're going to go 5 out of 4.
Oh my God, that's not great. Bring out the brooms.
Yeah. I used to ride my bike up to Dodger Stadium. I the Big A.
Yeah. Oh, I used to enjoy those hot dogs. Boy, putting one of those hot dogs down my mouth on a hot summer's day at the Big A.
Ooh.
Just go right in.
I hope you guys really like Todd Lodge. I know you guys do, but if you really like Todd Lodge, we have some content brewing. Believe me.
Yes, we do.
I can't even not laugh. Just thinking about how funny this is going to be. It's going to be the best thing on the internet. We will win the internet, guaranteed.
If I'm at the game with them on that thing, I hope I'm able to talk and ask some very inappropriate questions.
No, you just have to make like really bad puns.
Oh, okay. I could do that. I'll just use the dad jokes.
Yeah, dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't this corny? And hand them some popcorn.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, I'm drinking my favorite drink. I'm sure, and it's an insure.
Oh.
Oh,
God.
Anyway,
all right.
So that's been another episode of Halos in the Infield. We went off on this one. We had more games to preview, obviously, or to recap, and now we have. Oh, don't do that, man! Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please.
You guys prefer this one?
Oh.
No. Oh no. Oh God.
And
credibility has left the building. So
we need to pump up our young numbers. Have you guys looked at the analytics? We need to appeal to the 13-year-old demographic.
That's not going to do it, dude.
Thank you.
Flossing. Children love flossing. Uncle Todd's going to floss for the kids.
Yes,
Uncle Todd's going to make slime at 3 a.m.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.